Okay, here we will see the same topic, data element. Yes, I want to create a, yes, because there is a error. Generally, this is a practice server, somebody using it. Like where it is used, yes, we have to see where somebody already using this table. Okay, yes, where used list is there. We will come to know wherever it is used, there it is getting the uh, like because table entry creation. Okay, let us see. Yes, somebody started using in the form, I guess. Okay, it is not found in any selection area. Okay, so that is it is not used anywhere. Okay, but still that screen we are getting error. So what we can do? At least we will go to any kind of other areas we can check. Yes, activate and adjust the database. We will see this option under database utility SC14. This request also executed successful. So we have done with everything. Already, I think we have created 2, 3 entries. So go to entries. So syntax error in this program. So this is the, like we have to go and rectify this. Okay, program level, something, some error we got it. So this is what was last one BCTWB. Last one BCTWB, this one, right? Okay. Now we are display. This is your attributes. So there is a function pool. What is the problem with this function pool? We have to activate this first. Any issues? Okay, we will see. We try to activate because changes. This is the program. This program contains syntax errors. Okay, why this syntax error came? Okay. Yes. So this is because of the employee address we deleted. This is the problem we found. My address was there. I just deleted as a like simple backend code generated. Okay, fine. I'll try to add that. Not an issue. Yes, go back. Yes, C11. I just yes, this was changed. Yes, by using address. That's all. So once you change your, so if you have complete knowledge, we can go drill down to any level and we can solve all the kind of runtime errors also. Because I have to demonstrate this way. I cannot switch. So we will see now. Now we will go to utilities table contents display first. Now, yes, the problem solved. So problem solved. Now we have how many entries? Some 4, 5 entries are there, right? So these entries, if you want to delete this, Unnecessary also we can delete. Fourth, I can remove it because I demonstrated this for which purpose? Improve modified this program will get activated once again because should be activated successfully because with our no TADR found with employee master TAD. Okay, after HANA, these errors started because earlier you don't used to get ECC. Okay, anyhow, we will go to table contents display. Yes, number of entries are 5. No problem. Continue. So these entries are there, but observe it. Address is not maintained. It is character data type. It is initial value is space. Okay, and these three are num-c. Its initial value is 0. So I'm introducing the initial value concept. What is the meaning of initial value? Initial value is the value proposed by the system by default, SAP by default. Even if you don't enter manually, the system by default for all the character data type field will get blank or space and other data types 0 by default. Right. Now go back. If you want to create a new entry, suppose utilities table contents new entry. We will create new entry also. Yes. Sorry. There is some dependency things are affected. Like go to entries only again. In entries, I try to create. So creation screen got error. Some type of there. While however we will go to another table also. We'll create it. Not an issue. So when you go to the create entries, what you have to observe that notice the field names are displayed. Field names are displayed. But now if you want the left side, see whatever the names you enter it here, MADT, employee number, etc. These names. With this name only, the data entry creation screen you will get it. But see, suppose this is a new entry creation screen. Here by default, its first field is MANDT. So you will get MANDT. As well as its length is how much? 3. So your its corresponding input field also exactly 3 digits it can accommodate. Yes. So this way you will get all the fields. Now your employee mobile 1. EMP mobile 1. Okay, why? The names, whatever you created in table definition level, same names will reflect here when you go for create entry screen. This is your okay. Create entry. That means new entry creation screen. But now, yes, we have one concept here. This is your exactly, you defined length as 10, right? So it will create with 10 only as it is. You can enter only 10 number as it is. Right. But yes, why we need field labels? Because sometimes, suppose MANDT. What is MANDT? That is a German field. But I don't know German language. In that case, I need English meaningful labels, field labels. So that's the reason you have to switch to field name to field label. So how do we switch? Go to here. Field name to field, yes. Like we have to go to, okay, or else click on set, okay, what is that? Utilities, utilities menu. Yes, you can go to here SC11. Yes, this is your KNA1 table. Yes, we went to entries level. Entries, this is your entries, right? In entries, what happened? You are getting the labels, left side labels. Labels is into German. You want to switch? Go to settings menu, user parameters, then field label. Okay, field name to field label. When you change to field label, you will get the English names. Okay, so that is your settings menu. So settings menu, then user parameters. Now choose field label, then continue. Okay, next. Once you continue, notice that, okay, medium, in general, medium field label, okay, field label reflected, okay, okay, reflected or affected, yes, as, okay, reflected. That is where it is reading from, this medium field label, because we have already maintained this label, short label, medium label, high label. But in general, screen takes the medium one. You can check it. So this is the way while creating entry. I'm a user. I'm an end user. Okay, I don't know other languages. So only I have to enter the value with clear. So while entering values at screen level, user or consultant required F1 help. F1 help for documentation, and the user want to switch the field names. Also, he can switch from field name to field label. That is one time switching. Okay. Yes. If you, it is showing the medium labels. If you want to go back, reset back to field name also. So again, you will get English things. Right. Sorry, German. If you go to field name means by default German, you will get it. Then next, come back to the documentation effect. So because I'm a user, okay, I don't know how to enter a mobile number, suppose. So user is confused which value to enter, whether it is a special symbol or alphabet or numeric or alphanumeric or, so this is the confusion. At that time, either user or consultant required a additional help. Okay, because this label, why label got importance means, see which value to enter in this input field is described by the left side label. Any user, any end user, he or she reads the left side label value. Based on that only right side they will enter the value. So if it is a employee number only they will enter. City only they will enter. State they will enter. Country value they will enter. They don't go with, in place of country they don't enter city, because we are given meaningful labels. That's why labels got important. Very simple. You can switch name to label, label to name. If the name is not clear, you are confused. That is one provision is provided in all SAP screens. Second, F1 help. So F1 help, place the cursor on this input field and press F1 help. This, when you press F1 help, what happens? This field related control goes to this field related data element. It's a data element screen. There is a documentation. If the documentation is already maintained, it reads the documentation, it will display in the form of F1 help. If the documentation is missing, suppose that is not maintained, what happens? You will get empty screen, blank screen. That is the impact of F1 help. In F1 help also, there are four types. Okay, four types of sections we maintained it. Yes, 1 second. Yes, create entries, press. Okay, F1 help. Okay, on that means place the cursor on input field, and the next press F1 key, F1, F1 function keys. Okay, F1 is a special function keys, right? Then now what you have to do? So system reads the documentation from data element screen, okay, and displays in a dialog box, that is model dialog box. So this documentation is helpful or useful to user while creating new entry, because ultimately what is happening here, user is trying to create a new employee details. At that time user may get many doubts. So for that we are giving lot of options. User can switch from field label and F1 help. Going forward, one more F4 help also we'll discuss. So F1 help. F1 help documentation, you will get it. Under F1 help, we have typed four things, right? All those documentation also will get populated as section wise. Definition, dependencies, that type of constraints, and usage also, constraints also, and examples also. Along with example, you will get it. But in our case, we tried it, but that is some error in the system. So that particular screen, that's why it was not. But we will demonstrate clearly. So that's about your overall. Yes. This is your data element. Change it. Yes. Field label. And documentation is completed. Right. Over. So we have created one data element. This data element created and as well as used into this table. Okay. Once you create, if you want to use this data element, make sure that it should be at a which state? Active state. Then only you can use it in one table or multiple tables. So wherever you want this details, you can use this data element is reusable. See what exactly the limitation of this one more scenario. If you go with the manual style, old way of this thing is, okay, old way, what will happen? Ah, one, okay. Go to old way, manual approach, employee mobile one and all, built-in type 3 if you maintain, that is built-in type is not a reusable. Built-in type cannot be used in other if other tables also. Suppose this data element I want to, actually I created this data element for one table purpose. Now it is actively available in the SAP system. So you can use this data element as and when required. It can be used in while creating so many G tables. You can now onwards, because this is just now created. I can use your data element, you can use my data element. We both of can use SAP used data elements, SAP created data elements also, we can use it. This is the way you have to, right? Yes. Okay. I will demonstrate the data element can be created in two ways because I most common approach only we have noted in the this thing. How do we create alternative approach? We will see the alternative approach. For example, by creating the table itself, I have already table. Go to change mode. Now, yes, this employee address is there. For employee address, already I created the this one with built-in type, right? Otherwise, if you want to go to a new thing, what is that? We will create a new entry first. Yes, employee, yes, EMP state, right. Then immediately I will come to Z AVK underscore EMP state. Yes. So what happens? That means I am trying to use the data element. Yes, it should begin with YRZ. Press enter. So it is giving error stating that it is not active. So not active got meaning, two types of meaning. Not active means that is in the SAP system, that is not, does not exist, that is not available. Okay. Sometimes what happens, that is there, but it is not being activated. It is with either new status or partly active or inactive status. It's of no use. It cannot be used. Okay, got it, no? So you have to create it and activate it. Then only, then only you can make use of it. So the data element can be created from table. Step to create a what? Hmm. So data element can also be created from table creation screen. Table creation screen. So what is that? So specify the field name and the next specify the corresponding data element name begins with Y or Z. Now double click on it. Double click on it. Yes, it will ask for you want to create. So yes, click on yes. Okay, in the dialog box. There is it will open the dialog box. You have to click on yes and continue. So what next? Yes. Then in the dialog box, same as it is. Specify data type, specify same short description and slash data type and okay, all these things are we have tried because the slash means gives the meaning of or, but and means it's mandatory. Description and data type. Okay, next length. Data type, comma, length. Okay, and field label and documentations. Okay, comma, documentation. These are all under one step. Now finally, save, check and activate. Okay, save, check and activate. then go for back. This is your overall. Okay. Yes, notice that once you come back, notice our data type length and all reflected here. So this is your top-down approach. We will double click. Yes. Exit processing dialog box. So and so table change. Do you want to save the before exiting and editing? Yes. Click on yes. So we are going to create data element. Yes, we are creating data element. Yes. Okay. Now what to do? Same. This is your employee state. Employee state. So go to the built-in type. Go to built-in type. Here, a character from 30. Yes. If you want a field label, you can give medium label. Yes, like EMP state or employee state. Okay, this is your only state. Yes, because wantedly I'm giving yes state. Enter. Yes. See, now this is 10, 20, 40 and 30 heading because based on the value, just change. Right. Now you can go to save it, save under package, continue with request because everything I'm saving under package. Check. No errors found. Documentation is optional. Right. So now when you activate, yes, you have to observe this dialog box one time because inactive objects. See, actually there are two tabs, transportable objects, local objects. Earlier when you save everything in $TMP, this tab gets enabled. But since you are saving under the package, so that what will happen? It is going to save it in, it is showing the transportable objects. Transportable objects. Okay. So now here current object only selected by default. But I want to select all, you have select all. This. So you can activate multiple objects also daytime. That is activating several objects is called as mass activation. Mass activation. So but ensure that make sure that the other objects must be error free. Then only you can activate others. Okay. Otherwise, just selected current object only you continue. No problem. This is see, that's why you can see the status as plural objects activated. When we will get when we go for mass activation, you will get this message. Okay, right now once it is activated means it doesn't have any errors. It is ready to reuse. Here we entered. You have to see closely character 30 employee state. So go back. Yes. Now only observe this line. Here you have this character data type and length 30. This both you are getting from, yes, this character 30 is only reflected. Next, here this is employee state, where you are getting this employee state. If you double click on that, yes, that means whatever the short description at the created at data element level is going to reflect on the short description of the field table field level. Okay, clear? Yes, this is about your overall uh, yes, data element creation. Steps. Two ways, yes, but we will see the table contents, display. Yes, this is your English fields by default. Field names came, right? Field names. But you want to switch, you can switch field names to field label. Yes. You can see this. Okay, yes. I told you this field. Yes. But for employee number we have not created name also, address also. For all these three, I have not created any field labels. If the labels are missing, short description only will appear here. That's the difference. Okay, if you go to in titles, right, you can see this headings. Headings are coming from where? The headings are coming from at data element level header. Yes, at data element level, yes, level you will get it. Yes, there is nothing but titles will reflect as a titles I said. So if you want to go with this, at least display is also not allowing. That is a some error I will rectify by tomorrow so that we can check it out. Okay, that is generally we don't get that type of errors. Some okay, somebody some other objects. So now, like if you go back, this is your yes. Now you have to see the table is active. So we have to activate the table first. Why? Because we have added this field and the field properties, everything. That's why this table is turned to inactive status. So now it is active. Go to entries. This is the entry. Okay, you can try now. Still error only. Okay, fine. Not an issue. This type of things happens. So, but in the live project, you never get such type of errors. Okay, so now we have to see closely what are the other options are there in the particular. So I created this data element directly at table level. Can I open this at initial screen? Yes, you can open it from this initial screen also. So either way you go to, you reach to the same screen. Vice versa. What is that? Like yes, I added here employee mobile, double click. From here also will reach to the same screen. Okay, screen remains same. Now let us see you what are the options are there in the this particular data element creation screen, because how do we come to know which screen you are working with? Title is important. Okay, title through you will come to know which screen you are into. So now here we have a display change button. Then there is a one option called a change object. Change object is nothing but you can switch from one development object to another development object. You can switch. Like suppose if I want to open it like that particular table, you can open within this same screen only. I want to open the table. Yes, you can open the table. Employee master because that is actively available. Yes. Okay. Now the screen is one, but I switched from data element to this. These arrows are enabled now. Earlier this was disabled. Now if you go back, see you are into the data element. If you come, you are into yes. This is the way you can switch between where because I used this icon. This is other object. So you can go to another this thing. What is that? Employee mobile. Yes, employee mobile. Because this is another data element, isn't it? Huh? Mobile one. Okay. Mobile only display. No. Employee data element is also without preview. Simple name. Okay. Usually mobile or only mobile. It's then you have to see. While field name, I used EMP as prefix, but data element level directly, this is the difference. So with EVK through, all these objects are now what happened? We are into AVK mobile. Now from here to you can go back. You will go to another one data element, another data element to. Yes, you can switch between these two, right? Yes. See arrow. So this is the way you make use of this. Right, come back. This is check for consistency check. Activate. Where used, I'll introduce it later. This icons, I'll introduce it later. Navigation window also. Documentation. So this is your application help. Documentation, I already covered. There is additional supplementary documentation also if you want extension to basic documentation. Yeah. Because when we go for additional documentation is, yes, like we have one field, but it is used in different context. At that time, documentation differs from screen to screen. Okay. Yes, that is that. In that case, we will go to the supplementary documentation. Example, we will say Kunar, Kunnr. Kunar is customer number in SAP. But in Kunar, one context there is it is sold to party. Another context is ship to party or bill to party or payer. But all are considered as a customer only in SAP SD point of view. So at that time, general documentation is not sufficient. In sales order, when you go to sales order, that is sold to party. So the documentation differs. When you go to the delivery, the same thing will be considered as ship to party. When you go to the invoice screen, that is same corner will be considered ship to party. This is bill to party. So in that way, that additional documentations are required. We were into sales order screen F1 help or delivery screen or invoice screen. Which screen through you want to go with F1 help? The F1 help should differs. It's not common because customer differs. This is one of the example for additional supplementary documentation. Okay, so this is your almost all options we have explored. Any additional things we will cover in the uh, next upcoming. Upcoming means we don't leave it because sometimes we don't want all those things for you in the initial level. But I will come back. Okay, yes. This is your overall data element creation steps, custom data element. But I told you most of the time we work with built-in. So now with this clarity, we will explore the built-in tables and its data elements, how SAP created. So always I will come with SAP SD main table KNA1 only. KNA1. Yes, right. You open the table in display mode. That is your KNA1 table open in display mode. Now observe it. You have to observe many things. Yes. First of all, the field name. Field name is Kunar. The data element name is Kunar. Yes. So what do you notice here is the field name and the data element name mostly common. Mostly sometimes it differs. Example PSTLZ, PSTLZ, Regio, Regio, SORTL, SORTL. So that is common. But sometimes land one underscore GP, name one underscore GP, name2 GP, ORT01 GP. That is okay. Suppose if you have a field called as MENGE, so they give it as the data element called as MENGE underscore D. Underscore D stands for D for data element. So this is the way we can go for. Otherwise, some nomenclature, naming conventions also, it will go like this. Example, yes, ZAVK underscore DE underscore mobile, just like that. So what is the meaning of that? Yes, otherwise, directly you can go with this is your namespace followed by SAP suggested namespace like this. So, what is the meaning of that is when you say DE underscore means data element. Yes. You see, first letter is represents custom one. DE represents the data element. Remaining is underscore. Underscore should not be there at second and third position. Obviously, from fourth position onwards, you can. That is same rule applicable to almost all the dictionary objects. It's not only for the table. Okay. Yes. So data element name can be numeric. Okay. And the special symbol underscore is allowed from fourth. It is not allowed at 1, 2, 3 position. Simply fourth position onwards, you can use it. Simple. Come back. Yes. Okay. This is your data element part. Let us observe Kunar data element. So if you want to observe Kunar data element, there are two ways. One way is double click from here. Otherwise, from the initial screen, you take it as a Kunar. So this Kunar is already there. You cannot recreate it. It is. You cannot change. You can only display. Display means you can open it and display. So observe this. Because standard versus custom, you have to observe one time. So at a data element level, field name in German, field description in English first. So because first whenever you open something in display mode, where you have to start, you have to begin from the title first. Title through you will come to know whether you are in a table screen or a data element screen or domain screen. In the second left top, you will find if it is a transparent table, you are at table. Otherwise, it is you are at this data element or domain. Then right side, see this data element, it is maximum length is given here. It is not up to 16 characters. A data element length, if you have a doubt, press F1. Press F1. You can read F1 help from every screen. Place the cursor on every screen, every field, and try to read the F1 help documentation. Yes, this is the document. Yes. So what is the meaning of data element? It is a data element is a semantic domain. So elementary data type or reference data type. That is, they only gave these things only, not given much. Okay. Next description. Next, go to the attributes tab. The last modified by SAP and the date. Package BV. Original language German. D. That's about your Go to the data type. So under data type, yes, they used elementary type, not reference type, as a standard approach. And again, they use domain, not built-in type, as a standard approach. This is okay. So, however, domain through or direct through, you are getting the data type and length. That is character string length. Also, when you restrict 10 length, a customer number can be, user can type at most maximum up to 10 only. When it is character, it accepts alphanumeric value. Go to the further characteristics. Yes, here the search help is also filled. That is search help is nothing but F4 help is also filled. This you will understand after search help topic. Parameter ID, I told you, this you will understand at mm, parameter ID topic is a one inter-program communication topic. This is your BAP related. So if you observe that, further means additional, next level characteristics, such help all this stuff. There is a few other things are there. Change document checkbox is checked by SAP itself by default. Okay, what is the basic direction set to as LTR, left to right? No bidirectional filtering. So this bidirectional options are also helpful, and the F4 help also, or else when you type here some values are also like which directions is left to right, we will write it here. So these options I will introduce it later, not where it will reflect. We'll come back because once I introduce something, I can come back at any time. So then only you don't misunderstand that something is missing or pending that is not covered. Yes, one day we will come back. But introducing everything at a time leads to a lot of confusions because you don't know about BAP, you don't know about programming part and all. Correct? Come to the field label. See, field label, they entered short, medium, long, and heading everything as normal customer home. Okay, no problem. Then go to documentation. So in the documentation, hmm, yes, you here you have short text and the definition. Only two things. Okay, no constraints, no examples are given here. Only two things are. Okay, fine. If you have, yes, this is common thing is given. Supplementary documentation. So under DE supplement F4 help is there. So under F4 help, we have supplementary documentation means additional. Okay. Yes. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of extension documentation is there. We will take 001 first. 001 documentation. Yes, this is C. It is take us to the elementary document. Yes. The customer number is used as a payment for dunning programs, clearing open items. You require clearing between, etc., etc. So this is when a screen related kunar, this documentation is helpful. Go to that 002. 002 display. This is again customer number. The customer number is used to call the VAT registration number. So when there is a VAT screen is there in SAP, there Kunar is there, this help will appear. Because go to next 003 because this is the way you have to explore. Go to next display. See, limitation of additional or creation customer accounts. So more or less these three just now we have seen at FICO related. VAT registration that is there at customer level, creation level, and moreover the additional. Go to the 004. 004 document. This is some standard text. This, this they included standard text on this vote and standard text. You won't understand right now. 006. Because I want to show you, yes, bill of exchange. You can specify the customer number with this syntax check, etc. So this is bill collection. Okay, owner only, but invoice level mostly. Go to the finally 00. It allows the limitation of customer number. So that means you have to understand that I told you Kunar. Yes. If you want, I am at a screen level where this is my screen VA03. VA03. There is a screen. Screen level, if you want to observe, okay, that is VA03 is for T code for sales order display. So in sales order at the header level, you will have a sold to party. Correct? So on sold to party, because this is stressing. So we can observe that it is compiling many programs. This is activity process in just like a clock simple execution simple. Execution takes time. Next time directly you will get the okay. So you if you have doubt at a sales order level, customer number is there, press F1 help and check. At a delivery level, customer number is there, press F1 help and check. At the billing level, customer is there. You can go under check. So documentation is additional extended documentation. It is created based on the requirement because that is not required for all the cases. Okay. Mm. So that is time taking. No problem. By this time, meanwhile, you try to understand it. So what is the meaning of anybody ask you what is data element is? Data element describes the table field is for non-technical property. Your name and label both comes in semantic. This means okay, all these things. What is that? It is the alternative for built-in time. Yes. Next, what next? The table field is getting technical properties, non-technical properties from data element. Yes. So, yes. Yes. Okay. But this data element also you will understand completely after domain because it's all related again connected topics. Okay. So now these are all the steps how to create, and there are two ways to create. And next you have to observe it immediately. Usage part. Okay. Create. This is nothing but usage. Okay. Basically, creation is one step. Usage, okay, of just now created data element. These are other steps. Okay. Yes. How to know everything. Right. So standard also I introduced. You can go to KNA1 Kunar or LFA1 Listener or Mara Matner. Any database table you open it and open the key fields at least. Okay. Observe these things closely so that you will come to know like complete how SAP created this data elements completely. Okay, because server due to server issues we might get connection lost maybe, but however we achieved our requirement. Go through it. Next, we have I already introduced this two exercise, right? If you go to this exercise, yesterday you created the tables without data element, correct? Now what you have to do is, because at that time you were not aware of what is a data element concept. Now you are familiar with data element. So go to header table and item table, your table only, open in the change mode. For each field, create a data element. Create data element like this. G hash hash and the EBLN. Same for follow the same only this hash hash your namespace and underscore EBLN, BSTYP, etc. What you have to do, you have to make use of this data type length only, right? So change yesterday you created by using built-in type. Today you change it for all the fields by built-in type with data element type. Okay, this part you can do the change. Okay. Yes, labels are also given here, right side. Data type, length, and a label is also given here. You can make use of this. Even another example is there. That is your room table and time table. Another example. Yes, the specification. Specification is always given in the table format because to avoid this line by line documentation may leads to confusion to you. So that's why they have given in the table format. Table is more clear because it is indirectly telling you that after this sequence only you have to create the table and fields, right? So now here it's clearly mentioned the field name is client, data element is main. Field name is room number. And yes, what is F name? See, don't go with this is F name is nothing but field name. So ZZ, your naming convention hash hash AVK room number, room underscore number, ZZAVK seats, ZZAVK room type, ZZAVK room fee, etc. But for currency key, they are saying that go for don't use your own. Here two examples are given. For client, we are using standard built-in data element. For currency key, we are using built-in data element. Remaining four data elements only we have to create it. So that is this example covers all how to use built-in, how to create custom. Go to the other table, that is TT, stands for timetable. So same rule applicable here. MANTT will take standard remaining ZZ AVK room number, ZZ AVK weekday, ZZ AVK time, ZZ AVK faculty, ZZ AVK course number, ZZ. This is the way you have to create the data elements. Okay, replace built-in type by this thing. Okay, done. So we'll continue tomorrow then. But at least progress is there. Okay, you can practice it.